There you go. Now it's hidden.
Mhm.
What's up? I said now your issues are
Oh,
hidden
I
by
got
the
you.
logo. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another
Morning.
a late edition of the Brothers of Legacy. We're gonna drop the intro, then we're gonna get into it. I didn't want to catch
Good
that
morning,
first
good
before
morning, good
camera.
morning, good morning.
Welcome to another
I'll be right
edition
back.
of Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? All right. Okay. Pastor, you in the building? You good?
Yeah, I guess I'll be fine. I was gonna let it go. Let it go. We're cool. Mhm.
No, my computer's acting a little slow. Like the intro stopped, but I was like, I'm guessing it's still going.
Oh,
Greetings,
okay.
Mama Corey. Thank you for rocking with us.
Hey,
I know
man.
we're somewhat late today. I was experimenting on the fly, which I shouldn't have. Um, but
Mhm.
I pray everybody Christmas was great. Spending time with your fam, and this is the low week as we rolling into the new year. Good morning, Miss Deborah. Good morning. So today, kind of talking about an issue we probably spoke about before. It's funny. I think there's some issues we're going to come back to over and over again. But
Mhm.
today we're talking about
Morning,
influence.
Janae.
Uh, who's that? Oh, good
Mama
morning,
Squirt. That's my cousin.
cousin. All right, cousin. Not trying to
Cutting
knock
deep.
nobody
What's
out
going
again
on, cousin?
because I still got to bring somebody back. I think I blocked somebody, one of your family members. I think
Mhm.
Mama McCory brought through and I blocked her by accident.
Say, Pastor, if you didn't get a Christmas present from whoever that was, you know why now.
I think it was my aunt out of Philly.
I got it. So y'all put their name in there so I could unblock her. I could find
Mhm.
a way to unblock her. Um, oh, so today we're talking about influence versus impact, and the basic difference between the two, um, and how I guess not which one is better, but just Sam,
Yeah, it was my Sam. Yeah, yeah.
we got to get it back. Got to get it back. Okay.
That's how look. That right there is how you know you done messed up because the name
They
is
already
already
know.
on deck. Yep.
They already know.
It was that dude.
I did.
That's who it
I
was
did.
right there.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I think she had put a dollar amount. I think she was mentioning money, and all I saw was the money. I was like, oh, here go another one.
Because it
And I
was it was the beard balm, and she put her link in there for the beard
right.
balm.
I think
Yeah.
sorry. And I jumped. I jumped because yeah. And I was fine. She's fine doing it. Listen, I'm writing that thing down real fast. But so what would you guys say like the major difference between influence and impact? Influence and impact. Um, and just a quick backstory. I don't know. This is kind of sparked because I've been in this app Clubhouse, and just there's a lot of people with information to influence, and then there are those that are doing the work to make the impact. And it kind of was like both are synonymous, or do you feel like one is better than the other? How do you got? Because I guess influence is like a leading, impact is kind of actually doing leading. In my mind. But how do you
Well,
guys spurs
well,
out the differences?
for me, it's relatively simple. I look at them as stages of a process as opposed to being different words. Like one is indirect, where another one is more direct, or you can look at one as being the beginning stages versus the manifesting stage. When you influence anything, you may not have a immediate impact on it, but given time and the right environment or conditions, that which was influence has now become impact. I liken it to think of Martin. Now he was influential throughout his early 20s. I would have to assume because he was unanimous for the, well, maybe not unanimous, but he was brought up for the dude to lead the movement. And then we saw the impact when he actually started being able to physically do what he was influenced to do.
Nice, nice. All right, Pastor, how do you look at it?
Yeah, I
As you
mean,
said,
I don't disagree with what
impact was effect,
Dwayne was
right?
saying. I do agree that one is, I do agree. Like even with my cousin with Mimosa, she put in there influence is kind of a seed. It kind of leads you, right?
Hmm.
I think impact is a shifter.
Okay.
One is indirect, one is more direct. I think impact is more direct.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like to have influence, you have impacted someone,
Right.
right?
Okay.
But I also believe that if you have impacted someone, you have influenced them because your impact will change something,
Right.
right?
Right. Right.
Um,
Right.
when you consider an automobile accident or
Right.
two things coming together, there it creates an impact, right?
Yes.
So once they come together,
Right.
there's a change, there's a shifting.
Right.
What wasn't touched has now been touched,
Right.
and the result of that can create a new path,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Pastor, you when you the terminology that you use, it just turned on the military side of me, right? Because
Mhm.
in my old area of expertise, we had a area of operations, then we had area of influence. Um, a- and one of them, for instance, the area of operation. This is where, say, I'm going to give you an army. A
Uh-oh.
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 It's
Got
coming.
him. Got him.
Oh,
He was going in too.
yeah, he was. He was. I can't. I can't even add to what he was about to say. Oh.
You got to
Oh.
wait.
This is all right.
Um,
Give him a chance to come on back. And all right.
I mean,
No.
what's going on? Yeah. Think about,
Oh, dude. All right.
I think one of the greatest examples of the quandary between influence and impact is our current state of US government leadership.
Ah. Okay.
Because there's been a tremendous amount of influence
Right.
on people coming out of Washington.
Right.
But differently, there has also been a tremendous amount of a sudden impact,
Right.
right? There has been a revelation, an
Right.
awakening
Right.
to
Right.
the state of America.
Right.
Right. His
True.
presence has created such an impact
Yes.
uh,
That's true. That's
that
true.
there's a clear delineation between influence versus impact,
Impact.
because
Right.
not everyone that has been impacted has been influenced.
Right. Right. That's true.
Right. I
That's true.
think that when it comes to influence is essentially the power to persuade,
Right. Right.
right?
To get you to do. Right.
Right, to change your minds, to change your thought pattern, to
Right.
reel you in, you
Right.
know. Uh,
Right.
and to John
John
Lewis, good,
Lewis. Good trouble. Right.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Like the Black Lives
um,
Matter movement. Right.
right.
Right. Right.
That's
People
good. That's good. People
influence. Yeah.
impacted might
Impacted
be
might be
influenced to
influenced to
vote.
vote.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely,
All right.
yeah.
And bring
You
them
can be
back on here.
influenced.
shout out to
You can be
AT&T.
drawn in or driven out.
Oh, we shout them out. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to AT&T, this wonderful internet provider over here.
Well, AT&T had some issues this weekend.
Yeah.
Not changing the subject. The
long as
explosion,
I'm right.
Go ahead, Pastor.
the explosion in Nashville.
Oh, okay. You know what? I ain't even gonna take no shots now. I was about to take some shots, but no.
You're right.
I appreciate that, sir.
Yeah,
Right.
the Southeast. My daughter just got her phones and internet restored late last night. So a lot of people in the Southeast have been impacted because of that explosion.
Wow.
It directly impacted. Like, oh, well, you know what? He said back. Mimosa said back to the military. He said what happened in Nashville kind of goes back to the question. This is gonna help me explain what I was gonna try to explain even more. So the area of operations and where the bomb went off, did it get okay? I thought it got him, but where the bomb went off, it directly impacted 15 buildings.
Right.
And as Pastor said, we're feeling the ripple effects in Atlanta and all throughout the Southeast. So that's your influence.
Okay.
So we have one thing that the area of operation that happens in an area of operations is going to impact something.
Right.
And like Pastor gave the collision example, that impact is going to then directly affect or impact everybody in that operating area. But then what is considered influence is the spill out, everything that's outside of the area. Like if I have an issue with you and me and you go at it, that's the impact.
Right.
And then the fallout, maybe Pastor looking at me sideways now. That's the influence.
Right.
Sam trying to fight me on sight. That's the influence.
So would you say, like, because I was sitting there thinking about like the two, and past what you're saying is like even with the way Donald Trump and the voting, and having that the influence over so many people, the impact to others, now we are more aware of the whole voting process, like the whole the nuances of how from the election day to actually becoming president, has now affected how we look at things. I guess that impact, or also what I was thinking, what did they say? People don't remember what you say, but they remember how you made them feel.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be in line with like an impact? Like my words are to influence, but what resonates in you is the impact.
No, I think the words are it's funny, right? These words can be very similar because you think about the impact is how you process what you hear, right? What type of impact did it have?
Right.
Well, the type of impact that it had on me mentally or emotionally was this.
Right.
And that caused me,
right,
influenced my state of mind to feel this way. Right. So do you call the anger that was triggered the impact, or do you call the anger that was triggered the influence?
Mm.
Right.
Okay, that's a good thought.
They're not mutually exclusive.
That's good. That's good, Shanae. Impact Corona has kids online. Influence, we will forever wear masks.
Right. And that's true. It's almost like funny not wearing it sometimes.
Although some people would feel differently because there's still folks that aren't wearing masks. There is a group, quote unquote, called anti-maskers out there.
Wow, like the anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, just like the anti-vaxxers, right? There's an anti-masker group out there.
Wow.
So for some, absolutely, some people are going to take the influence of China and forever.
Those are what we call anomalies. Those are the things that are outside of the norm.
Right.
Yeah, but they're just anomalies. Most of the time, nature has a way of getting rid of anomalies. You don't see
Mhm.
dinosaurs anymore, do you?
Right.
Not
I
really.
got you. I got you. Oh, we said influence is the change that manifested, right?
Yeah,
Oh, he
over
said we
time.
need masks with pictures of our face on. I've seen some of those, GA. They're the weirdest looking things, though. Yeah, so weird looking.
I want to be anonymous just like everybody else.
Right. Right, right. From the impact. She actually caught that. It's an anomaly. Anomaly is being gotten rid of on January 19th.
Very
Oh
true. Very
man.
true.
Oh man.
But
So
that's why I said they're not mutually exclusive. You need both of them.
right,
It's a process. You have one, then the other's created. You can't have one without the other. They go hand in hand. I don't think that they're one is more important than the other because I think once one occurs, the other one naturally follows.
right,
Um, whether you're on the receiving end of influence that leads to impact or the impact that leads to the influence,
right,
it's a timeline, and when one happens, the other one happens automatically.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of shifting a little bit because I know this is going to be an ongoing discussion about this until the 19th. Based on what you guys have seen, speaking of influence and impact, how do you guys feeling about DT leaving the White House? Is it going to be, or is he even going to go to, I don't know what they call it, the inaugural thing, the whatever they have, the big when they give the speech, actual swearing
The
in.
inaugural ball.
Yeah, not the ball.
Oh,
The
the
ceremony,
inauguration.
inauguration, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, Mimosa put out there: does every impact create an influence? Answer that question.
All right. They said, does every impact create an influence?
I don't think so.
Right. I don't
It's
think so.
and this is you ever heard the saying or the question, um does a tree in the middle of the wood when it make a noise when it fall?
Right. Right.
And the point of that is some people are going to argue absolutely it makes a noise because it's a big tree when it hits the ground. It's
Right.
going to, but the other
Every,
side is that who hears it?
right.
So
Right.
what? So yeah, it's like one of those things that
Right.
there's an impact, but not every impact is felt. Just
Right.
Yeah.
think about the
Right.
Richter scale for earthquakes. It measures seismic movements in the crust of the earth.
Right.
And if you got special equipment, yeah, you can tell every single time that there was a disruption of long tectonic plates, or
Right.
when you have even a small earthquake. But I guarantee you, there are people who live on the West Coast. It's like, yeah, they said it was a 2.2. I ain't feel nothing. I'm
Right.
pretty sure Pastor can have moments when they reported that there was an earthquake, and he was like, yeah, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
Right.
So it had no impact on me. Yeah.
Right. And it's crazy. I was thinking, I had this thought like, okay, so Pastor McCoy, well, actually, like Solomon's Temple can go out every single day, feeding the homeless, giving out checks, changing the community, and people will still have the same ideas about church. Like, still feel like church is
Yeah,
no good.
except for the people. Yeah, you're right. Except for the people who were fed.
Right. Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
But you could also say that there are people who will take that food, eat it,
It's still not good.
and still have to
Talk
eat.
about church. Church
Yeah,
don't do nothing.
yeah.
Right.
Think
The
of a
next week. Right.
think of a wave in the water
Right.
that goes on and
Right.
on and
Right.
on. So you can have the butterfly effect.
Right.
Did they receive the influence? Some of them got the impact, but did not get the influence. Some of them
Right.
were influenced.
Right.
So I would say that there are cases where it does have create influence, and there are cases when it doesn't.
Right.
You know.
He said, yes, it does, because just because you aren't aware of it doesn't mean one individual is not influenced. Okay. That's a thought.
Right.
A tiny earthquake makes a small hill. GA says, do earthquakes become unnoticed because you get used to them? Interesting.
That's different though.
I feel
That's
like,
different.
yeah. Good morning.
Because
Good morning.
yeah. Okay, so I think we put that one to bed.
Yeah, well,
I like it though. I don't want to answer everybody, and I think everybody's making excellent points. But
right.
I see this is my kind of conversation. I can go
Right.
on like I'm being quiet on purpose.
All right. All right. Switching gears. I know it's not messy
Blessings,
Wednesday,
everybody.
but so yeah, do you guys think he's going to go to the inauguration? That's
No.
my first question.
Well, he's already stated that he wants the people that are under his influence to be at the inauguration. He has instructed them to show up.
The millions.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I believe this. So even before the inauguration, I not only think that he's doing that, but I think he's on purpose shooting the bird at the whole Republican Party right now. And like
Yeah.
I don't even think that some people getting it. I mean, we see him like literally throw shots at what's our governor name? I don't even know him. I forgot his name. Yeah, him. Yeah, him.
They know. No, they know.
Like that, but he's throwing heavy shade. I mean, he's throwing shade in the middle of the day with a limousine with a loudspeaker being drugged behind it. And then on top of that, has anybody realized that he doesn't really care if we get $600 or $2,000? I mean, like legit. I don't believe he cares one bit, but what's going to happen is he's putting something out there that he knows the Republican Party is not going to agree to right now, which is going to put pressure on them. And there's some Republicans hurting right now in their pocket.
They've already created documentation to support an increase to $2,000.
But here's let me finish real quick. I'm just saying that I'll put it like this. I just think he might be weasel enough to still reject whatever they increased it to, and say whatever his reasoning may be, just to cause a little chasm. I believe that he's pitting certain Republicans against other Republicans because maybe things didn't go the way he planned for them to go, and he perceived some backstabbing during the election. How, I don't know, but I think he's being manipulative right now.
Yeah, well, so number one, to your point, whether he supports the $2,000 or not, no one knows the truth behind that. It could be just a ploy.
Right.
I think it makes sense. I'm always going to believe that there's something in him that would want him to help somebody.
Right.
Right.
Right. I agree too.
The other part of it is, if he hadn't signed the bill in its current state, he's basically shooting or destroying or leaving no opportunity for the two Republican senators in Georgia to get elected, to win. Right. If he doesn't sign anything, and just everybody will be anti-Republican at that point.
Right.
So he had to do something to throw them a bone.
Right.
Kelly Loeffler and Dave Perdue.
Right.
That's the reality. Right. But on the back end, there are a couple of things that he did. He said, I'd like to see more money. The reason he wants more money, I believe, is because he wants to pull money away from foreign aid.
Yeah.
The only way to increase the 600 to 2,000 is to decrease foreign aid. You have to pull the money from somewhere.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
He is absolutely against all of the policies that are sending money to foreign countries.
Yeah. He said that. Yeah, I heard him say
that. So I know that's going to create problems for the Democrats.
Right.
Because the Republicans agree that we shouldn't be sending all this money overseas.
Right.
Democrats are trying to clean up the mess that he's created over the last 4 years.
Right.
By sending foreign aid and telling them, we want to start back working together. And Trump wasn't trying to work with anybody.
So
Right.
so so what you're saying, he's actually putting America first right now for the first time. And it's,
No,
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 he's always been that. He's
he's
always
always his whole
that's
agenda
always been the thing. Yeah. Go
has
ahead.
been America first,
Yeah.
but
He has.
it has been at any cost. It's at the cost of anyone who's non-white.
well, yeah. I mean, when I say that, I mean America first in its truest, not in somebody's tainted reality of what America first looks like,
Right.
and that's usually off white to
Yeah, but
white.
now we're back to impact and influence because most
Right.
folks are going to take it on the surface as
Right.
just America first. Period.
Right.
That's
Right.
why he has had the success that he's had because all they hear is America first. They don't hear the
Right.
why. They don't understand the underlying stuff. They just hear America first.
Right. 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 Yeah. He's Salcino said decreased military funding. Nah, because I like most. Well, I won't say most, but I doubt that they always give into the military. It seems like they give the most. But he's always been against foreign aid, and
I
while
mean,
we
at
giving
least
this
for
money
the
over
last
here.
for the last 22 years that I had any affiliation, and then Pastor could speak to it going before that.
Yeah.
Every single Republican president that I served under, they wit spending for the military. And,
Yeah, I'm about to say they
we
always
always
do that.
we always got good pay raises when those were Bill Clinton. I put it like this: the difference in the percentage of a raise that I got between Clinton and Bush. Clinton gave us a 1.2% raise. Now I didn't understand it because that was my first enlistment, and the older cats they was like, "Man, I can't stand these dang old Democrats, dude." And I was like, What's the? I don't even understand." And then the next president was President Bush,
Right.
and we got a 5.6% increase at the beginning of the year, and I was like,
Right.
"Yo, this Republican dude, okay."
I like this cat.
But
Right.
but it was the bait switch because
Right.
you'll stop looking at other things. You'll stop looking at other things when you
Right.
and
When your
that's
paycheck not
literally
looking
what
good.
happened. So yeah, Democrats usually cut military spending. Republicans normally increase it.
Nice.
Yeah, but you can't say that without explaining why.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is, when I was in the military, married or single, I had options. I did not have to buy my own food if I didn't want to.
Mm.
I didn't have to go anywhere and pay rent if I didn't want to. I didn't have to go. I could shop on base. Everything I needed was on base. So I really didn't have to do much with my paycheck except drink.
Okay.
Right. So
Thanks.
when you talk about, increases and all that, if everything and it's not like they're serving you slop, it's not prison food.
Right. I got you. Make that clear.
Right. You have all the benefits that you need. Everything is covered when you're in the military. But when you make the choice to get married and move off base and have children and all of that, then that's when you start cutting into that paycheck. But the difference is military offers you BAQ, military, which will help pay your rent or your mortgage, those bills. The military offers you separate rations
based on the cost of living of the area you're in.
Wow. It's like food stamp for food.
I got you.
Yeah, I got an extra 18. I just like when I was stationed in Alaska, the cost of living in Alaska was higher. So when I moved off post, I got an additional $1,800 a month on top of the $600 I was getting for renting or leasing or whatever I was doing. So I was getting an extra $3,200 just on that alone.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah,
clarity. Because I had known about the base and living on it, right? But like you said, it doesn't really change until you get married and move off base, where you start digging into your paycheck when that money really starts to matter.
That's by choice.
You was in a penthouse in Anchorage. Nice.
Anchorage ain't that bad. I mean, Chicago's colder than Anchorage.
Yeah, but if you're a young guy, single, living in Alaska.
Yeah.
Hey, look, 90%.
What is the ratio of men to women in Alaska? Women may not like.
I honestly don't know because I'm a toot my own horn a little bit. When I was in Alaska, I got in a lot of trouble when I was in Alaska. I had a little drip, I had some swag, and I definitely could have out danced about 95% of anybody in any club I was in. So I was good. Now for some other people, it was a little harder. They struggled a little bit.
He said, "I heard it ain't bad. I heard about the rest of it too." Actually, who are you asking? Is that a Steelers? He said, "I can't." She said, "I can't see." I know you're not talking about Pastor because he would be wearing nothing else but Dallas. That's a little wow.
Hey, so Dallas, that DAL did that stand? Do Dallas always lose? My bad. I ain't want no smoke.
You got it on sound effects,
I
right?
want to smoke. I want to smoke.
It's not like Pac-Man just got killed. In around. Look, we won last night. All I'll say is we won last night. So how about that?
There you go. Oh, there you go, Cole. Cole was in the background. Just waiting.
You already know, Cole. You already know.
And understand we're right. Dallas all. Oh, okay. Another Dallas fan.
You know that, look, that's probably the family thing.
He said so disrespectful. Ebony said, "Who
that?"
We don't know, Ebony. We have no idea.
Hey, Pastor, for a real question though, how y'all from the south side of the south side of Chicago?
Oh, well.
So I thought I told you the story.
Yes.
So I grew up in Illinois. I grew up a Bears fan.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm a father of 5, right? 4 girls, 1 boy. January 30th, 1994 at 8:32 a.m. It was Super Bowl Sunday.
Mm.
I have 1 son. He was born January 30th, 8:32 a.m. Super Bowl Sunday.
Right.
And Dallas Cowboys played the Buffalo Bills and Dallas won. I am forever a Dallas fan.
Yes.
My son was born on Super Bowl Sunday. Whoever won that game, think about it. I could have been a Buffalo Bills fan. For all those years, Jim Kelly blew it, was losing. Buffalo was bad. They're just now getting good. Think about what life would have been for me. Right?
Yeah, because they lost for Super Bowls in a row.
Emmitt Smith, right?
Michael Irvin, Alvin Harper.
Michael Irvin. I had
Leon.
He
Charles
said,
Haley.
He said, "Pastor, get your stop right there." Oh, she said she's an Eagles fan. She just said she knows her cousin.
Yeah, she's from Philly.
Dallas fan just know my cousin. Yeah. Wow.
It's funny because
everybody in my family knows how I roll.
Like my mom's husband, which was not my father, I was the baby of the bunch. They just never got divorced. All of his siblings are from Philly. Well, they moved to Philly like in the 20s and 30s. And him and my mom met in the South. So all of the family that moved down south, they're Cowboy fans. And the first and second cousins that are in Philly are Philly fans. And it's the biggest love-hate affair that I ever seen. And then God forbid the 1 or 2 cousins that decided to move to the DMV area start talking about the Washington football team because they're not the Redskins no more. But God forbid that they start talking, because when they started talking, it was like 5 on 1 in that corner, 15 cousins on 2 in that corner, and it was always pretty. It was always a beautiful thing to watch.
Nice.
Yes,
nice.
Sir.
Oh, yeah, GA, we're gonna try out Haps. I almost tried to freestyle it today, but it was gonna be a failure. So we came back to StreamYard today. We'll probably do it tomorrow, possibly. We just gotta test it out. He said, "I have a family full of Saint fans." He said, "Go Bucks, Brady for life."
Stop that right there. Leave that right there. No, put that back up there. Put that back up there, AD.
Wait a minute.
Brady for life.
Okay, so you're saying that you're a Bucks fan because Brady is there. is that what you're saying? Because my question is, were you a Bucks fan before Brady, or are you just following Brady?
No, I think she's a Bucks fan because she's from Tampa.
Right.
So I think she's
Yeah,
a
but
Bucks
she said
fan.
Brady for life.
Look,
Right.
look, I'm gonna tell you. Look, I'm gonna tell you what it is. And this is no jabs. It's just. I gotta go. Like, you know how you meet a girl, and when you meet her, like,
Okay.
she fall in love with you because everything's going right. Well, that's what Tom is right now.
Right.
Now,
Okay.
now Tom Brady end up going to the playoffs and losing the game that he should win. You ain't nothing. I wish.
Oh wow, Warren Sapp.
Now, see, there she go, Warren Sapp. That's my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see the rest of his life. Right.
Yeah, Warren Sapp was a trade. Keyshawn Johnson was a trade. But Brady, I'm like, so what you're saying, Dwayne, is Brady showed up. He had the right car. He opened the door for you. He paid for dinner.
All
And
the things the last boyfriend didn't do. He was Joe. He was like, Joe, all the things that your man won't do, Tom Brady is doing them for her. That's what it is. Jameis Winston won't doing it.
Jameis Winston.
And Ashley, I know you are a Florida State alum, so you're gonna have to take this one on the chin. But Jameis Winston, Jameis was your boy. You went to the same school with him and everything. Go way back. And then he always doing you dirty. Y'all think y'all got a baby or interception. Y'all think y'all gonna win and he fumble. It's like
it's gonna work. Yes, indeed. All right. Oh, so we appreciate you guys rocking with us and hanging with us. So we might possibly be changing the format tomorrow. Still staying places wherever you at, Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching from. She said we don't talk about Jameis.
You know a dude traumatized a chick when they don't even mention them no more.
Mm-hmm.
The girlfriend.
If Tom Brady messed up, if the first time Tom Brady mess up, they'll mistakenly call him Jameis. Jameis, I mean, because of the influence of the impact of Jameis Winston.
There you go. See, I'm tying that up right there. All right. So we appreciate you guys rocking with us. We was a little silly, but just talking about impact and influence. We got a couple things we're going to discuss this week. So just stay tuned. Make sure you continuously following and watching. And we are on HAPS. So if you do follow on HAPS, make sure you look for the Brothers of Legacy because we are there. We're going to possibly try to go live tomorrow there. But like I said, it's going to be there and it's going to be everywhere else. So everybody just continue to follow on Facebook. Don't worry. We're not going anywhere. We will still be on Facebook, on Periscope, on YouTube, just broadcasting through HAPS. The screen would just look a little different. All right. So as always,
if you have not and you live in Georgia.
Yes. See. Vote.
Make sure you let your voice be heard.
Yes.
I'm driving. I'm gonna drive mine to the. I ain't gonna mail mine.
All right. Wonderful.
I'm gonna drive it. It's only 3 blocks away. So
thank you.
Yeah.
You might as well just go stand in line.
I might go live.
Trade it in.
No, look, if I do that, then it's gonna be one of those votes that somebody gonna talk about. Well, that shouldn't count. He registered as an absentee, and now he voted twice. That's what voter fraud. Nah, I ain't want to be no parts of that. I ain't been nobody scapegoat.
But yeah, I mean, if you hand it in, because that's what I did, because I was gonna mail in mine, not this one, but the general, and they just take it. They call it up, they take it from you.
So you saying on January 5th, walk it into the voting?
You can do it early, even early.
You could take it in today.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing. Yeah,
they'll take it. They'll look at. They said you got your envelope. You give it to them. They make a phone call just to switch you out. And it took me once they got on the phone 5 minutes, and you just wait. You don't have to do anything, and then call you back in and then let you vote. That's it. Simple, easy. Yes, indeed. All right. So she said, "Oh, is HAPS more reliable than StreamYard?" I don't know. We're gonna see. It's free, so We'll see how it flows. And it actually allows. It seems like it allows you to do the same things, but I don't know. We'll see.
But you all have to prepare to see my regular old green screen because
right.
for a virtual background. So
yeah, it won't allow the virtual. Oh, or at least we haven't found it yet. Hopefully, maybe there's a setting. We just haven't seen it. All right. So
I don't think it exists.
All right. So we appreciate you guys rocking with us and hanging with us. We will see you tomorrow in the AM. Like Pastor said, make sure you vote. Make sure you vote. Make sure you vote. Let your voice be heard. In Georgia, if you're in Georgia, let me make sure it makes it clear. Because everyone's like, I'm in Alaska. I can't vote. So in Georgia, you got the runoff if you don't already know about it. Also, be safe. Know that we love you, but God loves you more. Stay focused. Keep praying. Keep praying. Pray over your family. Pray for the nation. Keep praying. Connect with God. That relationship is the most important. The most important. Don't get so caught up in these, what they like to say, social media streets, that you lose sight of your true purpose and what God has called you to do.
Don't get caught lacking in these streets.
All right, my people. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Peace out. I didn't want to catch that. Good morning. Welcome to another edition. Good morning. Everybody.